field. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Chicago Bears. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Saints, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think that's a pretty nice job defensively against the Jets sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. Well, so much for picking it up on the ground on 3rd down. 3rd play of the drive, and this defense showing strong early.
I wonder how much of that was scouting. I wonder how much of that was a gut feeling like, okay, let's just go ahead and sell out here and get after them, thinking they're going to run the football and stuff them early, because they've now set the tone. They've set a precedent right here. If you're going to try and run the ball against us, it could be hard going throughout this game.
It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And the Bears take over. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And they'll be led out by their 3rd-year quarterback.
And he left North Carolina with most of his school's records, and at one point was thought to be maybe the #1 quarterback in his draft class. He does bring deceptive athleticism and plenty of upside to the table. Add some consistency, and maybe he can really unlock what he can be in the NFL.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. A look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
Here's Howell. Flush to his right. Howell sliding down, and he picks up the first on that play. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw, Howell. And that's going to be incomplete. The Bears to the disappointing 1-4 as they start play. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
You look at this Saints defense. Right now they're ranked number 29 in the NFL against the pass, so 4th from the bottom, Charles.
They're in the bottom 10 in the league. I mean, when you look at their talent, you would think that they'd be much better. Overall, I don't think there's any question you'd have to say that they've underachieved.
And this will be a Bears first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Again, it's Taylor. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. 43 yards rushing so far, and this is just their first possession. They've got a new set of downs here. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. We're scoreless after 1. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession. The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6. Howell down to throw it. Over the middle, it's complete. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17. Taylor will score. Touchdown, Chicago. So that a great sequence for these guys to begin the ball game. They force the punt on one end, then come right down the field and score on the other.
And that's a great example of leaning on each other and building a little momentum that way. How about the defense forcing the punt? Turns it over to the offense with confidence, and they take it downfield and score.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. Here's Carr. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he'll be taken down at about the 45.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Play action. Now it's Carr. They'll get this out to Kamara. They'll give him 4 yards there. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. third down. Here's Kamara. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates. The Yeoman's effort on that last drive. 7 carries, got the touchdown as well. And the O-line probably got a little extra oxygen on the sideline in between.
And deservedly so, because they were also calling for him to continue to get the ball, because there's a rhythm that gets established, right? When you're running it well and the back's getting the ball and he's in sync and reading blocks, and the offensive line wants to continue to pound away. Haven't met an offensive lineman yet that likes to pass block more than he likes to run block. In that last drive, we saw the end result, didn't we?
Yep, and all were rewarded with a trip to pay dirt.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 57 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Powell. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now Carr. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Johnson. And the Saints are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Kamara is into the end zone for a Saints touchdown. Solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face, and analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
First down, Howell to throw. And he's taken down here by the Saints.
It's all good, baby. It's all good.
Brian Brzee fought in and got him down. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Throwing here, Howell. Escaping the pressure right. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2. Here's Howell. That is caught. He's going to have the first down and then some. Touchdown, Chicago! Quez Watkins, as the first half is winding down. And the Bears have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And the Saints going to go on offense one final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in week.
Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half. A one-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. Khalil Herbert to return it from his end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They were 7-point winners a week ago, and they lead by 7 here as well as they start out 1st and 10. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the third quarter. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 79 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Whether it's the toss or the pitch, you get him the ball outside the tackles on the edge. He's a tough man to bring down.
He certainly is, and it makes people wonder on the other side of the ball. Do I really want to deal with him when he gets a full head of steam? At the same time, he's also congratulating his tackle, tight end, wide receiver on that side. They gave him access to the corner and allowed him to build up that head of steam.
2nd and 5. Up the middle, here's Taylor.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive.
Well, it wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went in, went heavy. No surprise on who was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Loses it.
And this is picked up by the Saints. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
So that play, I mean, it was pretty well blown up from the start, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, and when you're running the option like that as a quarterback, you have so many different keys and reads to make that sometimes as you're making them, you're not protecting the ball the way you should, and it gets popped free.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara.
Christian Wilkins there defensively for the stop.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operated.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
From the gun, it's Carr.
He's got his target. That's complete.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
It's a gain of 17 yards. And
into the red zone. It's Carr. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Johnson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2. 1st down marker at the 5-yard line.
Carr going to throw. Touchdown, Saints. Michael Thomas, his 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Saints have a chance to tie the ball game here in the final minute of the 3rd. So a strong drive here to lead off this 3rd quarter. That has them an extra point away from tying things up.
And, partner, this is pretty much what they envisioned when they were sitting there in the locker room thinking about getting things going to start here in the 3rd quarter. Getting out there, a field goal would have been fine. But going ahead and scoring here, an extra point away from tying things up, that's exactly how they drew it up on the board.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Chicago offense set to get started. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. They run once more with Taylor. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Yards the pickup there, and it's a 1st down. First and 10, Taylor now. And he'll be taken down after a decent gain, and that will bring us to the end of this third quarter of play. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Watkins. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield.
But sometimes, Brandon, it's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big 3rd down conversion. Back to Taylor on 1st down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. And Howe will throw it. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. This time they'll throw it with Howell. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Pete Werner. And the Saints are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Now after the INT, it's Carr. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he's got this down to the 35. Carr now on 1st down. He gets it complete to A.T. Perry. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's second down. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. Here's a 2nd and 7. Again, it's Kamara. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
Kamara try the right side. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Kamara up the middle. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Work to do here with a crowd at fever pitch. 3rd and 9. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And they're able to corral him right around the 8, and that's short of the first down. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. And his kick is right there. It's good. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
So now the Bears down 17-14, a little under a minute to go. They need at minimum 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. Powell to throw. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
Here's Howell. Final minute. No timeouts at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10. And he spikes it with just a shade under a half a minute left. 29 seconds on the clock. Another try, 2nd and 10 now.
to throw.
Oh, Howe loses it.
And this is picked up by the Saints. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And this defense has broken it open as they return it to the house for 6. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room, where they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
A point after, good by Groupie.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
And able to get this out to the 25.
And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
We'll see if they go back to base.
Oh, and the tackle comes quickly. That's only going to get him a couple. Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the